card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying customers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would not know about.
The Dolphins took the roughing the passer penalty, the roughing the punter penalty, which gave the Bills a free first down. So it went down. The Bills Shakir scored his first touchdown of the year. And that was the Bills' kind of turning point in the game. So there's watching video from the game right now. 10-point win. They're 3-0. They're getting ready to take on a team where they will be another big favorite, and they're in a really, really good position.
Man, you and I can sit here, we can nitpick, right? I mean, that's what it's.
I picked 39 to 37-19. So that was pretty close.
The second half, really felt like the offense was sputtering. The Dolphins really bailed this team out with a couple of huge penalties that kept drives alive for the Buffalo Bills. But I also go back and think that this team was playing on 5 days rest, essentially, right? They have a long bye week, or I should say the mini bye week coming up with this. So ultimately, less than 7 days of rest, you get back out here in an environment against a team like we've said all week leading up to that, who's going to come in desperate. A coach who maybe is coaching legitimately for his job security, a team that maybe this locker room isn't all together over there with the Miami Dolphins. That is something to factor in. The Bills able to find a way to get it done. Again, we can nitpick this all night, but it's a hard-fought win. It's never guaranteed with the divisional matchup, especially the Dolphins. We go back to last year at this stadium, the Dolphins gave Bills all they could handle.
Yeah, even a Tyler Bass 61-yard field goal to win that game. For those of you who are keeping track at home, this is now 10 straight wins in Orchard Park for the Buffalo Bills against the Miami Dolphins. That dates back to Rex Ryan. They lost in overtime on Christmas Eve. Josh Allen was a freshman at Wyoming the last time the Dolphins won a game here inside the stadium. And the other element of this that I know Bills fans aren't as, focused on, the Dolphins being 0-3 really sinks them, because what we watched today was not an 0-3 football team. They made some nice plays, especially the offense. The defensive line is, really good, but after that, they've got a lot of questions around. So, but, they gave the Bills a very, very hard-fought battle. Kudos to them. I think they played a really good game. I was actually overall impressed by the Dolphins, but when you bury yourself and start 0-3 like this, just really, really hard to come back from that.
Yeah, I don't know how, with the way, again, the speculation around where this culture, this locker room is, and where everything else is with this Miami Dolphins organization. 0-3 is a tough one to get back. I think a few years back, the LA Chargers started 0-4 and racked off a big playoff run. I don't know if this is the team in the Miami Dolphins that gets that job done. This sounds like to me there's going to have to be some sort of organizational change on their end. And for the Buffalo Bills, you've now got 2 division wins. You have a tie-breaking win over the Baltimore Ravens from week 1. You're sitting really pretty. If the Jets and Patriots both drop games this weekend, really control the division. I'm not going to jump too far ahead, but that'll matter in late November, December in terms of how you get ready and manage your guys for the playoffs.
Yeah, and the other thing that I think about a little bit today, too, is the defensive line left a lot to be desired. Deon Walker made a really nice play on the truck. Yeah, so that was a nice play there. But I think about the reinforcements that are on the way for the defense with a Larry Ogunjobi, a Michael Hoyt who is suspended, a Max Hairston, your first-round pick who we haven't seen on the field yet. And Oliver did play in this game when they took him out. That's a guy who can do it. Matt Milano. So, for as concerning as some of this game was for the defense, they are still playing with a bit of a hand tied behind their back. And also, let's look big picture as far as the entire AFC is concerned. The Bills are 3-0. The Chiefs haven't won a game yet. They're 0-2. The Bengals are 2-0, but they just lost their star quarterback for a while. And speaking of the guy who made the game-winning play, Terrell Bernard just spoke to the team. Let's listen to his comments live.
But, I want to give a shout out to Al Markham, linebackers coach, for putting on tape a few times. We worked that player offense, runs that play. And, he basically told me, if I see it, go. And, I think they ended up jumping the back, got to like a 3-by-1 or a 2-by-2 snug set. And, that's one of the, like I said, that's one of their top quick game concepts. We're in the 3D zone and, just saw it and broke on it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, you think you have all the great pressure on that play?
Yeah.
You think they're lighter?
block to the vision.
Yeah, no, 100%. I couldn't really see the front, but when I came out to the sideline, I think that was the first thing that Ed told me. He said, Dion won quick and, got a pressure and made me get the ball out quick. So, it takes a full team effort. It's hard to win in this league every week. That's a good team, explosive offense. So to come out here on Thursday night on a short week and get it done, it feels good.
I think you guys were perfect on Thursday. Tonight, not as good. What was the difference?
Yeah, I think just our fundamentals. There's a couple times where we have him and we miss a tackle here. He gets out of the pocket, creates a play. So that's really what it comes back down to. I got to go back and watch the tape. I know we weren't great at all on third down, and that was really the emphasis at that time. We felt we were winning the second down to third and long, and just weren't detailed and finishing those drives. So I think coming out of the second half, I don't know what the stats were in the second half. But I felt like we got off a little bit more. But yeah, that's something to watch. Like you said last week, we did really well, and this week it was good. So it'd be good to go back and see the things that we need to get corrected.
Can I get some of the motion and misdirection trying to neutralize some of the things that you're trying to do?
I wouldn't say neutralize it. I think it just it does create a sense of urgency within the defense. Days straight. But that's our job to be prepared for that. So like I said, we'll go back and watch the tape, get some things corrected, and go from there.
Deion Walker's impact throughout the whole game. How was he able to keep you clean where you can shoot gaps and make plays?
That's what I say, man. He's made a ton of plays. Even the plays that he's not making, he's causing. So shout out to him, man. I know it's tough to come in here as a rookie and to really play to the level that he's played at. And he's a guy that constantly wants to get better, constantly talking to Ed, talking to Big Phil, talking to DQ, those guys up front that have been here for a long time that have done it at a high level. So I got all the respect in the world for him. And like I said, he's a unique guy. He's a big guy, but he's super athletic and can make plays that people wouldn't assume that he can make. So it's
Our birthday and less than
he's a great addition.
Turnaround goals, Thursday night games.
Yeah.
The upside is you get the win. Now you got an extended break.
Yeah.
How much is
Yeah, it's huge. A few days, like I said, a short week, trying to get all the preparation there and trying to get your body right to get out here and perform at your best. And then coming out here and getting the wins, like you said, is huge. A couple extra days to really recoup, catch our breath, and go in and get some things corrected that we might not have had on a regular week. And have that extra time to really dial in on what we need to do and where we can get better, do a little self-scout, and move on from there. And the few days helps your body, helps your mind, and gets you in a new groove.
A lot more pace and the formation that's helped you guys so far.
Yeah, I think he's helped a lot in the run. When they go big personnel, we want to match them, and if they want to try to run the ball, when we got our big guys in, I feel like we have the advantage there. We know Terry can do it. He's done it for a long time, but to have another big body come in and be able to change some things up and not be as predictable and not just being our same nickel package that we're in most of the time. I think it's been good for us. We've got a lot of guys in the linebacker room that can play good football. He's a semi linebacker when it comes to that. But it's been fun. A new wrinkle kind of in the defense. We've done it before, but doing a little bit more now, and I feel like we've been pretty successful in it so far.
What is it about this defense that just, no matter what's happened in the first quarter, to drive, to be able to
You're in guys. Both start today.
Yeah, I think it's just a mindset. We talk about it all the time. The ball is the most important thing, and we know it's not going to be perfect. Offenses around the league are good. That's a known fact. But for us, it comes down to taking the ball away, and especially in the critical moments of the game. So that's something that we preach and something that we believe in, and something that we've been pretty good at. And I think that's just the philosophy of who we are.
So how instrumental was Shaq Thompson and Brian Johnson?
Yeah, it's huge. me and Dorian have played a lot of football together. I've grown to know him as a player, as a person. So it's cool to have that relationship and then go out there and be able to play together. And he, like I said, when Matt's out there, he's coming in the base packages. Matt's down, so Shaq's coming in, and he's been a great addition. A veteran leader.
Less than 72 hours.
At a high level for a long time. A smart player, and somebody that I've been on a lot. Honestly, he's one of the guys that I look to the most. Getting tips here and there, communication-wise, things that I need to get better at. So having him in the building and being around, man, it's been great.
Bills defensive back Terrell Bernard coming up with a big play, the big interception to seal the deal. The Bills win 31-21 to improve to 3-0. We're going to get you back out there to Highmark Stadium for more player reaction. We want to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more.
7 Sports highlights student athletes.
Better stop it. Greg Goss is doing this stupid bullshit again. Um, 8 years ago. Yeah, don't go to finish. Okay. Nice if I had some more viewers. bad so much. I hope somebody gets back to me, man. Only you would appreciate that. This is music. This is what these are for. Yes, not this. Are you kidding me? It's traditional. Okay, dog. How many times have we hang out with Bad Boy Bell? Crazy. Let's go. Damn old. Okay. regular season optional. Of course, they have to ask me for a pilot. I can't do another month. I can't. You know what? I'll lose it. 31. Where was it actually looking? No, it's probably not even playing around. You want to pull up? Try it on needle. All right. All right. Okay.